We separate these two categories entirely as two different genre. One is builders or founders of startup companies, for example, and the other is creative folks who are building something. Now, if you really look at it, they both have a very common thread, and that's a very strong fiber around which both of them live. Both of them are in the creative process of making something, they're creating something. And this creative process is actually an unlimited joy, right? Because it's like a highway which you are free to do what you want. And once you get into flow, you're actually unleashing some hidden forces which will generate the output that's going to come out. Frankly, you really don't know what will come out. You would like to steer it to the extent possible, but the output is something phenomenal. Now, this whole process is one of pure joy. If you have experienced a state of flow, you will know what I'm talking about. So I'm saying the builder as well, the startup builder or the product builder is really no different from the creative person. Both of them have the same process. But the problem is the moment either of them starts thinking about the output. For example, the creative guy starts thinking about how many likes, how many views, how many followers, how many shares, and the product builder starts thinking about what's going to be the market response. Am I going to make it? How much money will I make? And stuff like that. You're doomed. The entire process is lost because now you're inserting a threat from outside, which is otherwise non-existing. This has been wonderfully represented by Morgan Housel in his epic book, The Psychology of Money, where he simply represents this by this equation. Happiness equals results minus expectations. So basically he's saying if your expectations is 2x, even if your results is x, you're going to end up with minus x, which is a misery, right? So the point is, as far as possible, keep the expectations low. In fact, ideally, if your expectations is 0, then no matter what, even if the result is just 0.5x, you still end up happy because you're happy to the extent of your results. This is, I think, the summary of that entire chapter on happiness. And I thought this was a fabulous takeaway. So my simple conclusion here is like this. Just forget about the output and simply focus on the input, which is your creative process. In fact, that is the only thing you can control. There's zero control on the output. So why the hell are you even worrying about it? Take this away and start implementing it today. It changed my life.